Please welcome the 50th anniversary class of Adelphi University, the class of 1964. Please be seated. I'm Robert Scott, president of Adelphi University. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, administration, and student body, welcome to this commencement exercises. We are here to celebrate Adelphi's 118th commencement and the first day for many of our new graduates whose lives commence today in new ways. Thank you to the Adelphi Symphony Orchestra, conducted by their music director, Professor Christopher Lyndon G. who is ably assisted today in the Elgar processional music by graduating senior John Simowski, making his professional conducting debut. Please stand for the invocation to be delivered by the Rabbi Barry Dove Schwartz, and then please continue to stand for the singing of the national anthem, especially arranged and orchestrated by Professor Lyndon G. and sung by a quartet of music and music education majors, Mary Abrams, Irene Schick, Heather Barnes, and Alexandra Sagel, and accompanied by the orchestra. You are all encouraged to join in the singing. Rabbi Schwartz.
It was the first day of classes of the fall semester 2012. I was leaving the UC when a gentle hand touched my shoulder. I turned around to find a wrinkled little old lady beaming up at me with a smile that lit up her entire being. She said, "Hi, handsome. You're the rabbi, aren't you? My name is Helen. I'm 87 years old. Can I give you a hug?" I laughed enthusiastically. And it was a strong hug. I still feel the impact to this very day. "Why are you at college at such a young, innocent age?" I asked. She jokingly replied, "I'm here to meet a rich husband, get married, and have a couple of kids." "No, seriously," I asked. I was curious what may have motivated her to be taking on this challenge at her age. "I always dreamt of having a college education, and now I'm getting one," she told me. We became instant friends. I was always mesmerized listening to this time machine as she shared her wisdom and experience with me. And then it dawned on me that her wisdom would make a beautiful and meaningful commencement prayer. So, dear graduates, I share her wisdom with you. She would tell me that there are 4 secrets to staying young, being happy, and achieving success. You have to laugh and find humor every day. You got to have a dream. When you lose your dream, you die. And she continued, we have so many people walking around who are dead and don't even know it. There is a huge difference between growing older and growing up. And this was Helen's message. And now my prayer for all of you here today on this important and holy day of graduation. Keep laughing and dreaming. And one more thing. Remember all your wonderful days at Adelphi, your talented teachers, and your dear friends. Don't forget them. As the philosopher advised, good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know that they are always there. So from Helen and myself, I ask God's blessings upon all of you. And congratulations to you, your parents, and all your dear ones. Amen.
Thank you, Mary, Irene, Heather, Alexandra, Professor Lyndon G. and the orchestra, and Rabbi Schwartz. Please be seated. I would like to acknowledge some people who are here today. Would the members of the Board of Trustees of the university please stand and receive our applause? Thank you. I also would like to call to the podium a special guest, the senior senator, United States Senator for the state of New York, a good friend of Adelphi University, and a senator who visits every one of our 52 counties every year to know what is happening. Please welcome Senator Chuck Schumer.
Well, thank you, President Scott, and let me first say to President Scott, thank you for doing such a great job at Adelphi. You, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the staff, administrative and clerical, all the way down to the people who clean up the building late at night, have made Adelphi one of the finest institutions of higher learning, not just on Long Island, but in our entire state of New York. Job well done, President Scott. And I'd also like to acknowledge Jay Johnson. We are lucky as New Yorkers to have a Secretary of Homeland Security who is not only smart and dedicated and practical, but a New Yorker as well. So welcome back home, Secretary. Now, to the members of the platform party, the friends and families, but most of all, you, the class of 2014 Adelphi, congratulations. I'd first like to announce my class gift. As you know, it's hard to pay for college. And if you're poor, the federal government helps you out. That's a good thing. But what about the middle class? So a few years ago, I wrote a law that said you or your parents, whoever paid for college or graduate school, can take as a full tax credit $2,500 off your federal taxes for every year of college or graduate school, provided, there's always a provided your family income is below $200,000 a year. So, for those of you who come from families who make below $200,000, make sure you or mom or dad takes that tax credit. It's relatively new, it's 4 years old, and last year about a third of all the people who were entitled to it forgot to take it. If you were one of those who forgot to take it, freshman, sophomore, or junior year, you can fill out a form, 2-page simple form, send it to the IRS and get as much as $7,500 back. So that's a pretty good class gift. Now, what happens if you come from a family that makes above $200,000 a year? God bless you. I'd like to say a word to the moms and dads. Moms and dads, I know how you feel, because a few years ago, my wife Iris and I sat where you did and watched our daughter Jessica come up on the platform and receive her diploma. It was one of the greatest days of our lives. And if you're like us, you probably think back to the tough times. Being a parent in modern society is not so easy. We remembered when we had to rush Jessica to the hospital. She had 106.5 degree fever. She was only 4 months old. We didn't think she'd make it, but praise God she did. We remembered when we put her on the kindergarten bus for the first time, and as the bus pulled away, she ran to the back of the bus, waving goodbye, tears streaming down her little cheeks. But at 2 o'clock, when Iris went to pick her up on the bus's return, she bounded off the bus happy as could be. She said, "Mommy, I came back." She explained to us that she thought when we put her on the bus, she'd never see us or her house or her friends again. Then as a teenager, we remember Jessie. She didn't say much, and when she did, we didn't understand a word she said. And then moms, dads, you see your daughters, your sons come up on the platform and get that diploma and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. And one more word of praise. As we are having a great morning here, there are thousands and thousands of young Americans, many from Long Island, in our armed services, overseas, defending our freedom and risking their lives for us. Let's have a round of applause for them and the great job they do for us. Now, to this great class, Adelphi 2014, you are graduating with two major advantages. The first, only about 1/3 of all the young people your age actually get a college degree. And the fact that you've graduated from such a fine institution as Adelphi gives you a leg up even on many of those who are getting a degree this May and June. So your education is one major advantage. The second is this. You are the first generation to be born into this new world of technology. In 1988, a few years before most of you were born, was the first year the word internet was ever used in print. There was no Facebook and no Google and no Twitter, no email, no texting, no LOL. In 1994, when most of you were toddlers, there were 12 websites on the World Wide Web. You went on the web, all you could go to was 12 places. Now there's 14 billion. That shows you how quickly technology is changing our world. And you know, your parents, your teachers, me, the older generation, we try to get used to this technology, but it's hard for us. We were raised and learned and taught without it, so getting into it as adults is not so easy. But you were born into it. Technology is to your generation as water is to a fish. You've been swimming in it your whole lives. So the fact that you have this great education and the fact that you're the first generation to be born into all this new technology means one thing. Now is the time to figure out your dream and reach high for it. Then reach deep down inside yourself. See what you're made of. See if you can achieve that dream, even if it seems hard. My advice to the class of 2014 is simple. Go for it. Now, sometimes you'll make the wrong choice, but if my experience is any indication, you'll pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. But if you make the right choice, with a lot of hard work, a little luck, and some prayer, your life will be enriched forever. Now, I learned these things myself. When I was seated at college graduation over 40 years ago, as you are today, I learned that I had won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid for a whole year. For me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I was a kid from Brooklyn. I had never been out of the country before. But at the same time, as I won that scholarship, I met a girl, and I fell in love. Now I ask you, I had to decide. Should I take the scholarship and go around the world, all expenses paid for a whole year? Yes. Or should I stay home with the girl? I stayed home with the girl. Nope, don't clap yet. The story continues. That summer, she went on a brief vacation. I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face something was the matter. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was, no scholarship, no trip around the world, no girl. I said to myself, what a loser you are. You're never going to become anything or make anything of yourself. And in fact, I stayed in my house for several months, moped around, felt bad for myself, but somehow I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved forward. And a few years later, I found myself seated at graduation once again, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad I was not going to join the fancy law firm like we had planned. I told them my dream was to run for office. I love politics. And even though the chances of winning were remote, that's what I wanted to do. My parents were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointed. You see, I grew up in a family that struggled to send their kid to college and law school. My father was an exterminator, never went to college, never made much money, and the law firm was paying $400 a week. In those days, more money than my family had ever seen. But my dream was to run for office, and so that fall, at the age of 23, I ran for the New York State Assembly against very long odds, and I had 3 opponents. There was the party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So as she said, I'd get this dumb idea of being a politician out of my big, thick head. Well, class of 2014, a few years earlier, I didn't get that girl. But that November, I won the election. So in conclusion, reach for your dream. You are the greatest, and you can achieve it. Don't let doubts, which we all have, that's the human condition, that's how God made us, stand in your way. Because you are the greatest. To the class of 2014, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed, and don't forget, go for it.
Let's have another big round of applause for Senator Chuck Schumer. I would also like to introduce others in the platform party. Please acknowledge Shelley Kleiman, co-chair of the Alumni Advisory Council, Samantha Gargiulo, president of the Student Government Association. Their greetings are in the commencement program, along with that of the Honorable John Watrous, mayor of the village of Garden City. Please also acknowledge Dr. Jack Soterakis, Senior Vice President and Medical Director of St. Francis Hospital, and Barbara Fierro, Vice President of Human Resources at St. Francis. Adelphi University and St. Francis together created an MBA with a specialization in Health Services Administration for all employees to learn the business side of healthcare and to promote a better understanding of how healthcare and business work in successful operation of a hospital. Dr. Soterakis will join us later on the stage to personally congratulate the graduates of the MBA program. Many of this year's graduates are members of prestigious honor societies due to their achievements and leadership, and others have studied abroad. Many of those students are wearing on their gowns the distinctive cords of their respective honor societies or the scarves representing the countries where they studied. Will all honor society members and those who studied in other countries please rise and be recognized? Thank you. I also would like to take a moment to recognize the Executive Board of the Parents Association, which provides awards and recognizes student achievement and parent commitments. Cindy Philbin, President, Joanne Russo, Vice President, Salvatore Viola, Vice President and Treasurer, Melissa Gates, Co-Secretary, and Carol Sedlak, Co-Secretary. Thank you to our parents. And let's give a round of applause for the 2014 recipients of the Faculty Excellence Awards. Teaching Excellence Award for tenured faculty, Professor Judy Fenster, School of Social Work. Teaching Excellence Award, untenured faculty, Professor Craig Carson, Department of English. Teaching Excellence Award, adjunct faculty, Professor Thomas Shinnick, Department of Management, Marketing, and Decision Sciences. And Faculty Award for Excellence in Scholarship and Creative Work, Professor Zimin Huang, Department of Management, Marketing, and Decision Sciences. And the Faculty Award for Excellence in Service, Professor Kenneth C. Rondello, College of Nursing and Public Health. Big round of applause. I now call on the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Robert B. Willumstad, to bring greetings.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm delighted to offer greetings to the parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends of the graduating class of 2014. How about a round of applause for the parents? We are thrilled to congratulate each and every one here today who has earned a degree from Adelphi. Your years of hard work and dedication to your studies have led you to this commencement day. You now join an alumni network of over 100,000 leaders in the arts, sciences, business, education, social work, psychology, and nursing, whose accomplishments and contributions to society have changed and will continue to change the world. Today we have three remarkable honorees who have made their mark in the world and who will serve as great role models for our graduates. The board would like to extend its thanks to the many parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends who have supported and encouraged our students. Many of them would not be here today without your help. Since 2005, I've been privileged to serve as a member of the Board of Trustees. I can state without a doubt, now is the most exciting time in the almost 120-year history of this institution. The reputation of the university and the value of your degree will continue to be enhanced by the efforts of those who graduated before you. And as those who came before you, you continue to achieve, the board, faculty, and staff of Adelphi count on you to do the same. This may be the completion of your term as students, but it is the beginning of a new relationship with Adelphi as alumni, as well as the beginning of a career for many of you. My fellow trustees and I express the strong hope that you will maintain a continuing relationship with your alma mater in the years ahead. We wish you good success and good fortune, and we congratulate you on your achievements. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
I now call on the most extraordinary provost a university could hope for, Dr. Gail Ensler.
Thank you, Mr. President. The faculty is the heart and soul of any university. As the custodians of our academic traditions and creators of new knowledge, the Adelphi faculty are at the core of efforts to foster learning and imagination. Through them, the intellectual powers of our students are developed. Bringing greetings from the faculty is Devin Thornburg, professor in the Ruth S. Ammon School of Education and chair of the Faculty Senate. Professor Thornburg.
Greetings to all assembled. Graduates, family and friends, faculty colleagues, administration and board members, and most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2014. I have the challenge of speaking on behalf of the Adelphi faculty in these proceedings, and I will try to do so with brevity, clarity, and balance, with a particular eye towards what we might hope for you in the future. Before doing so, some thoughts. Remain the learner. The role brings with it the humility and power that you all deserve, much more than the power of the master or expert. Remain literate and critical as you do, in any and all languages. Use knowledge for the good of others, the good of the community, the good of institutions and businesses, and the good of humanity. Travel as much as you can and do so before life takes you over, if you can, and don't expect to find what you know, what you regularly experience, everywhere that you go. Don't confuse being physically fit with having your health. Make every effort to maintain or cultivate a sense of humor. So to the core of these points I've just made, this one is for the School of Education in particular. Learning is much more than a score on a test, an exam, a series of quantifiable measures. But those who embrace a corporate view of education would say that this is exactly what learning is. Learning is a process, and may choose to forget that. In your life, remember that, and you will become less pressured about your own achievement and more impressed with your own effort. Differences among us matter in the social and intellectual world. Differences in race, gender, ethnicity, economic and social, religious, sexual preference, age, physical, intellectual, and learning abilities all matter. Don't settle for arguing that you are blind to those differences, arguing that we are all the same. The uniquenesses need to be understood. We have much to learn from others. Never confuse a desire for power that you may seek and use over others, which may be limited, small, and ultimately symbolic, with the power of ideas and the truths that they embody. This type of power, the power of ideas and related truths, give you the most important power in life of all. I congratulate you all, but my heart goes with those in the audience with whom I have learned, particularly over this past year. They know who they are. I leave you all with the powerful words of Khalil Gibran, who was much more eloquent, wiser, and incisive than I could be, but his words somehow rang true in essence of your efforts and mine on this graduation day. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children are living arrows, and they are sent forth. Congratulations to all of you.
I now ask the Adelphi University faculty to please rise and be recognized by the class of 2014. While the search for truth may be an underlying reason for the existence of a university, it is to engage the minds of students in that search that constitutes its true purpose. It is through the minds and powers of the students that a university fulfills its mission. The university exists for the students and establishes its worth only by doing justice to students' intellect. The special awards for academic distinction printed in your commencement booklets amply illustrate the achievements of many of our students. As representative of these students, I am pleased to call Hina Aurora, graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and president of the class of 2014, to give greetings.
Good morning, President Scott, trustees, faculty, administration, distinguished guests, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2014. The few minutes that I'm here, I won't tell you how to face the countless opportunities and challenges of postgraduate life. Instead, I would like to think back on how we all got here and hopefully leave you with 3 messages. A few weeks ago, some seniors attended a luncheon with President Scott. We were reflecting on our education at Adelphi and how it has transformed us and helped us make us the individuals we are today. President Scott mentioned a quote by Verna Myers, which says, "Diversity is being invited to the party, inclusion is being asked to dance." Think about that again. Diversity is being invited to the party, inclusion is being asked to dance. I thought to myself that these 13 words are single-handedly the shortest and most fascinating definition of diversity I've ever heard. To me, it explained that our paths might have been different, but we are united in that together we achieved a major goal in life. As I mentioned, getting to this day was not easy. Myers' quote made me recognize that every day is like a dance, as odd as that may sound to you. From this analogy, I've come to 3 realizations. First, there will be times when things will go wrong. Second, there are times when we must leave our comfort zone. And third, there are times when we can be surprised by how we are united despite our differences. All of us have been invited to a party, a formal, a prom, a bar mitzvah, or a quinceañera. I want you to think back on a party and imagine that you're enjoying the decorations, lights, the laughter of family and friends, and then all of a sudden, your heel breaks. Guys, you may not be able to relate to this, but trust me, it is a big deal. It is so surprising because it was not part of the plan. When the unexpected happens in our daily life, it alters our plans. I'm going to give you an example of something unexpected that happened to me. In the beginning of finals week last semester, my house burned down. Not only was I planning to study for exams, I was applying to law schools, finishing my capstone, and planning countless events. The house fire was not on my schedule. My impulse was to apologize to faculty and administration for my absences. Then a faculty member reminded me with generosity and sympathy that I did not choose for this to happen. So my first message that I want you to take away from this is, unexpected moments will happen. We may not be prepared for them, so accept them. Life is about the hardships we face and how we overcome them, to look back and say, yeah, I survived that. And sometimes the unexpected can lead to learning an important life lesson. So getting back to the party, your heel is broken, your closest friends are dancing, and you're just standing there, awkwardly alone. We all have that moment at a party when we feel shy and are afraid to do anything alone. We see our friends dancing, people sitting together and talking, and we resort to looking through Instagram or Twitter. Leaving our hypothetical party behind, I made the decision to become involved in the student government and ran for the position of class secretary in 2010. I took a small risk in the beginning, alone, not knowing where it would take me, and eventually ran for the president of the class of 2014 and continued to take on new challenges. My second message to you is, take that risk, make that leap of faith. It is all right to feel awkward in the beginning. We all do. As we move forward in our lives, we need to learn to embrace this awkwardness and not let this feeling of being alone dictate what we will do in our future. Don't stand on the sidelines at the dance. Join in. Finally, we are at the dance with our unexpected heel broken and our awkward night of the night has passed. The universe finally gives us a break. Our song comes on. That song, this is so familiar that we get lost in the lyrics and don't realize who's on the dance floor with us. When we take a moment, we can realize that so many others are also dancing to this song. It is the same song yet we all bring different moves to the dance floor, all diverse and unique in their own way. Finally, my third message is when we're open to new viewpoints, we can be amazed at how we all contribute in our own way. I promised I would not talk about challenges of postgraduate life, but we all know how much is ahead of us. Whatever the future holds for us, despite how well Adelphi has equipped us, the unexpected will happen. So take that risk and be open to yourself to diverse and rich ideas and act. Whether your identity was shaped by involvement in an organization, fraternity or sorority, athletic team, or maybe you were the quiet student who just commuted, we all learned something from Adelphi, and that is why we must join the dance. Congratulations, class of 2014, we made it. At this time, I would like to express my gratitude to the Executive Board of the Class of 2014, Rachi Suarnarat, Marcella Martino, and Harrison Spatz, for their continuous dedication and hard work, and invite them to join me at the lectern. Last year, the class of 2013 achieved the highest participation rates for senior giving at Adelphi, but the class of 2014 has exceeded that milestone and achieved the best numbers in the history of the Senior Legacy Campaign at Adelphi. To date, 375 of you have contributed to the Senior Legacy Campaign, raising over $8,500. We are proud to present this year's senior class gift, a contribution to the annual fund. The annual fund supports everything from student scholarships and academic programming to maintaining our buildings and grounds and keeping the lights turned on across campus. It's our way of leaving our legacy behind and a vote of confidence and encouragement to the next generation of Adelphi students. Thank you for your time.
Now, representing the graduate students, I am pleased to call Prasanna Kumar, who has earned a Master of Arts and Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies from the Ruth S. Ammon School of Education, to bring greetings.
Guys, that's me. Members of Adelphi University's Board of Trustees, administration, faculty, fellow students, I am honored to give greetings here today. As a representative of the Ammon School of Education, I am proud to speak on behalf of all graduate students receiving their degrees today. Getting this degree is no easy task. I want to thank, first of all, my parents and all the parents here who have made this accomplishment possible for all of us. I never downplay my parents' importance in my development as a person because I know I would not be who I am today without their support. Since I have become an educator, I see that we, like our parents, also have the ability to influence other people. I strive to influence 150 students every day so that they leave my classroom with a sense of character, with more confidence, and morals. This influence we have as role models should not be taken lightly in any of our respective fields, as educators, as nurses, as accountants, as social workers, and so on. I have also learned, since I started teaching, the value and the importance of having an opportunity to speak in front of an audience, however brief. That's why I'm here today. I wanted to share some of the discoveries and experiences I've had at Adelphi University so that hopefully your steps after graduation will be a little clearer. Let me backtrack 3 years so I can share a moment that, without exaggeration, changed my life. When I was 20 years old, I was hit by a car when I was walking across the street. And the EMTs alerted me that I was blessed to be alive because that was potentially a fatal accident. And at 20 years old, I realized that if I survived that, I had to have had a purpose, and it wasn't my time to go yet. Now, I'm not sharing that story with you to evoke any sympathy from anybody. I mean, you could give it to me if you want, but I share that to emphasize one point, and that is life is short. Your undergraduate experiences and your graduate experiences the years must have just flown by. And our job is not to try to keep up with the times. We need to try to slow everything down. We need to appreciate every moment we have with those we love, family, friends, at home, at work, at school, whatever it may be. I wish I had this advice earlier this semester. I was overwhelmed. Every day after school, I would go straight home, start grading, make lesson plans, prepare for the next day, and continue this cycle. However, over time, I developed a closer bond with my students, and eventually, the workload didn't seem like it was so much. In fact, the workload didn't even seem like a workload anymore. And for the first time in my life, I looked forward to going to work every single day. And this is because I had amazing people to look forward to seeing every day. Those students are 100% the reason I'm confident that teaching, sorry to any other people in other careers, teaching is the best job in the world. And now that the year is over and I finished my student teaching experience, I honestly feel a sense of emptiness inside of me. And I can only say that's because I sincerely miss my work and I love it. I'm not sharing this story with anybody just to inspire the teachers. There's a bigger message in this, and I really hope that everyone here has the same emptiness that I have right now. That emptiness indicates that you love what you've studied and you want to take it one step farther. That emptiness indicates that you're hungry and you want to pursue your dream career. If you think a dream career is just a dream career in the distance, I'm going to tell you the same advice that I give my kids. Any dream is your reality, and you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't pursue it. This is from the heart. There are too many people now that take a job because it's lucrative, but then they wake up every morning and they dread going to work. There are too many people now who settle for a career because they don't think they can make it to their dream job. I challenge everyone here to not fall into one of those two groups. Hold your passion close to your heart. Push for your dream career. And one night, you won't be able to sleep either. Not because of anxiety, but because you honestly can't wait to go to work the next day. Thank you.
To preside over the awarding of honorary degrees, I present the President of Adelphi University, Dr. Robert A. Scott.
Thank you, Gail, Devin, Hina, and Prasanna. Ladies and gentlemen, in the tradition of the Academy, it is customary to accompany a graduation ceremony with the awarding of honorary degrees to individuals of striking accomplishments. The Adelphi Board of Trustees bestows such special honors on the occasion of a commencement because those honored can give our students additional examples of the possibilities that education and imagination create. Will the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Robert Willumstad, please come forward? And I now ask Fabiola Millord, Edward Villela, and Secretary Johnson to come down stage to be duly recognized, and that their trustee sponsors and faculty sponsors join them and represent the administration and faculty and oversee the awarding of their honorary degrees. I now ask trustee sponsor Helene Sullivan and faculty sponsor Andrea Ward to come forward and present Dr. Fabiola Milord to be duly recognized. Dr. Fabiola Milord, from infancy you have been a world traveler. Born to Haitian parents in the Republic of Congo, you have lived in New York since early childhood. Educated in New York City public schools, you earned a Doctor of Dental Surgery degree from NYU College of Dentistry, and this was followed with a general practice residency at Metropolitan Hospital Center and a dental oncology fellowship at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. As the former dental director for Catholic Charities Health Systems, you were responsible for making sure of the oral health needs of vulnerable populations, especially those living with HIV/AIDS. You sit on the New York State Dental Association's task force on public health dentistry and access, whereby various strategies are employed to improve access to oral health care services to the most at-risk residents. Through the National Organization for the Advancement of Haitians and Dorcas Medical Missions, you have taken part in more than 30 medical missions treating impoverished men, women, and children with stunning levels of decay and teeth loss in countries such as Ghana, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, South Africa, St. Lucia, St. Vincent's, as well as the lower Ninth Ward in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. Inspired by these travels and the need to emphasize oral health as a basic human right, you completed a master's degree in public health with a concentration in global health at NYU, where you hold the position of clinical instructor in the College of Dentistry. In 2008, you were awarded the Certificate of Recognition for volunteer service in a foreign country by the American Dental Association. Dr. Fabiola Milord, for your scientific advancement, your humanitarian service, and your assistance to Adelphi University students, the Board of Trustees and I are privileged to award you with this honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree, with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges thereunto appertaining on this day, May 19th, 2014. Now I ask trustee sponsor Lindsay Kupferman and faculty sponsor Frank Augustin to come forward and present Mr. Edward Villela to be duly recognized. Edward Villela, you have been recognized as the greatest male ballet dancer ever produced in America, and your primacy has not been challenged since your dancing career came to a premature end. Born in Bayside, New York, you entered the School of American Ballet at age 10, but interrupted your training to complete academic studies at the New York Maritime Academy, where you obtained a Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation, lettered in baseball, and were a championship boxer. You returned to the School of American Ballet, and in 1957 joined the New York City Ballet, where you quickly were promoted to soloist and to principal dancer. You were the original male lead in many important ballets in the New York City ballet repertoire, among them Tarantella, the Rubies section of Jules, Symphony in 3 Movements, and A Midnight Summer's Night's Dream. Perhaps your most famous role was in the 1960 revival of Balanchine's masterpiece, Prodigal Son. Along the way, you showed the world that a brash kid out of Bayside and the Maritime College could turn into a major artist, and in doing so, change the way men danced, as well as the way male dancers were perceived. Mr. Villela, you have received nearly every important honor given to artists in the United States. You were appointed by President Johnson to the President's National Council of the Arts. In 1997, you were the recipient of Kennedy Center Honors and also the National Medal of Arts by President Clinton. In 1999, the Dance Heritage Coalition named you as one of the first 100 of America's irreplaceable dance treasures. And in 2013, you accepted the award for Distinguished Service in the Arts from the American Academy of Arts and Letters. Mr. Villela, you are the first American male dancer to perform with the Royal Danish Ballet and the only American ever to be asked to dance an encore at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow. You danced for President Kennedy's inauguration and for Presidents Johnson, Nixon, and Ford. You were the producer and director of the PBS series Dance in America, and in 1975 you won an Emmy Award for the CBS television production of Harlequin. Edward Villela, for your contributions to the arts and your significant influence on dance, which is an important historical strength of this university, the Board of Trustees and I are privileged to award you this Honorary Doctor of Fine Arts degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining on this day, May 19th, 2014. I now ask trustee sponsor Lois Schlichtel and faculty sponsor Casey Rondello to come forward and present Secretary J. Charles Johnson to be duly recognized. J. Charles Johnson, yours has already been a storied career. A graduate of Morehouse College and Columbia Law School, you have served in both private practice and government service with distinction. You were Assistant United States Attorney in the Southern District from 1989 to 1991, after beginning your career at Polwife, Riskin, Wharton, and Garrison, and becoming the first African-American partner in that firm. From 1998 to 2001, you were General Counsel of the Department of the Air Force under President Bill Clinton. In January 2009, you were named by President Barack Obama to be General Counsel for the United States Department of Defense, where you served for 3 years. You were involved in the reform of military commissions and testified before Congress numerous times. In February 2010, the Secretary of Defense appointed you to co-chair a working group to study the potential impact of a repeal of the military's Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. The report was noted as, quote, remarkable not just for its conclusions, but for its honest, thorough, and respectful handling of a delicate subject. It is, in short, a document to be taken seriously, and it was. During your tenure, you warned against over-militarizing the government's approach to counterterrorism. There is risk, you said, quote, in permitting and expecting the U.S. military to expand its powerful reach into areas traditionally reserved for civilian law enforcement. You added, quote, as a student of history, I believe that those who govern today must ask ourselves how we will be judged in 10, 20, or 50 years from now. Our application of law must stand the test of time, because over the passage of time, what we find tolerable today may be condemned in the permanent pages of history. At the Oxford Union in 2012, you said, quote, "War must be regarded as a finite, extraordinary, and unnatural state of affairs. War permits one man to kill another. War violates the natural order of things, in which children bury their parents. In war, parents bury their children. In its 12th year, we must not accept the current conflict and all that it entails as the new normal. Peace must be regarded as the norm toward which the human race continually strives." After leaving government service for a year, President Obama once again tapped your expertise, and on December 18th last year, you were confirmed to be the 4th United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Jay Johnson, for your extraordinary public service and enlightened dedication to the law, and for your dedicated and active service as a trustee of Adelphi University from June 2001 to June 2005, the Board of Trustees and I are privileged this day to bestow upon you the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree, with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join in offering our collective congratulations and best wishes to these people of great distinction who have been awarded and who have honored us by accepting these honorary degrees. And now I invite Secretary Johnson to give the commencement address.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, graduating the class of 2014, are you excited about today? You don't sound very excited. Come on. Let's remember, this is a hockey stadium. Come on, hockey is played here. Okay. I want to begin by offering a tribute to Bob Scott. I came to Adelphi as a trustee in the year 2001. Bob recruited me. I saw firsthand the remarkable job that Bob Scott has done as the leader of Adelphi over the last 13, 14 years. I toured the campus this morning. I walked the campus. I saw the new construction. I know that the endowment of Adelphi, along with all that new construction, since I joined the Board of Trustees, has gone from something like $49 million to $167 million. Bob, this campus, this student body, reflects your legacy and your terrific work. Congratulations. On top of all that, before I give a commencement address, I like to talk to students. I had a conference call with student leaders a couple of weeks ago. Bob, I asked them about you and your leadership, and you'll be happy to know that after 14 years, your approval ratings as president are still high. You are cited as, quote, engaged, approachable, amazing, puts his students first. When I look at your approval ratings, when I look at the size of the endowment, I look at all the new construction, I look at all these students out here, I think to myself, Bob, by virtue of the U.S. Constitution, there's a job opening for you in 2016. You've got to spend time in Iowa and New Hampshire to get there. Whoever the search committee picks to be the next president of Adelphi will have big shoes to fill. This past weekend, graduates, I spent at Morehouse College, my alma mater, my 35th anniversary of my graduation. I graduated 35 years ago today, I believe it was. It's interesting when you come back to class reunions and you see people you haven't seen for years who are exactly the same age as you are. You look at some of them and you say, wow, you've had a good life. You look at others of them and you say, wow, life's been tough on you, hasn't it? One classmate told us, I've had a happy 12-year marriage, but that was 23 years ago. I heard another classmate say to another classmate, I thought you were dead. I want to talk to you about something very special to me, something very special to the faculty at Adelphi and to a number of other people here. I'd like to talk to you graduates about service to your fellow man, or to your fellow woman, or to children. I suspect that's something that people at Adelphi know a lot about. Given the good work that you do, the graduates that are cranked out of this university each year into the fields of social work, nursing, teaching, and other social-oriented professions. In my career, as you heard, I've had what is called a revolving door career between private corporate law practice, service as an assistant United States attorney, service as general counsel of the Department of the Air Force, service as general counsel of the Department of Defense, and now service as Secretary of Homeland Security. Today, the Department of Homeland Security consists of 240,000 men and women, 22 components. The cornerstone of our mission is counterterrorism, border security, aviation security, port security, maritime security, cyber security, protection against chem-bio threats to the homeland, protection of our critical infrastructure, protection of our national leaders, the administration and enforcement of our immigration laws, responses to natural disasters. The Department of Homeland Security consists of Customs and Border Protection, Citizenship and Immigration Services, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the United States Secret Service, the United States Coast Guard, TSA, and FEMA. The Department of Homeland Security was born out of the events of September 11th, 2001. My personal commitment to lead the Department of Homeland Security was also born out of the events of 9/11. September 11th happens to be my birthday. On September 11th, 2001, I commuted to work like any other work day from my permanent home in Montclair, New Jersey, into Manhattan. I planned to spend a quiet evening celebrating my birthday at home for dinner. And at 8:48 a.m., as many people in this room know, a beautiful, serene workday was shattered in an instant and was transformed into one of the darkest days in American history. Like many New Yorkers that day, I left my office, went down to the street,
and wandered looking for something to volunteer, looking for a way to volunteer. I asked people on the street, what can I do? I went to the nearest hospital to donate blood. But given the nature of the tragedy that day, people were either dead or they escaped. There wasn't a lot of need for donated blood. I wandered and asked, what can I do in the face of this tragedy? Over the last 12 and a half years, I've tried to answer that question. Graduates, in my career, in my life, I have represented the largest financial institutions in the world. I've represented a tobacco company. I've represented healthcare companies. I've represented mining companies. I've represented, in my law practice, hedge funds, law firms, corporate raiders. I've also represented mentally ill homeless people. I've represented pro bono in a criminal case, a penniless crack addict. In my life, I've also spent time with the troops in Iraq. I've spent Thanksgiving with our troops in Afghanistan at a forward remote location in the mountains. I've been to Dover to witness a dignified transfer of the casket of one of our fallen heroes. I've consoled families who've lost their sons in battle. 2 weeks ago, I was in Arkansas to console families whose homes had been wiped out in an instant by a tornado there. Last Sunday, Mother's Day, my wife and I spent at McAllen Station, Texas, where we saw hundreds of unaccompanied children crossing the border without their parents into the United States, looking for a better life. A year ago, I made more at that fancy law firm Chuck Schumer told you about. Chuck Schumer was a summer associate at Paul Weiss, my law firm. A year ago, back in private law practice, I made more in a month than I make now as a cabinet officer. But I will tell you that there is more fulfillment, satisfaction, and happiness simply out of service to your fellow human being. As a cabinet officer, a healthcare provider, a social worker, a mental health counselor, an educator, you will find more satisfaction than you could ever possibly imagine simply by helping someone else. My favorite saying from Winston Churchill is, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. One other thing I'd like to tell you, I'd like to talk to you about. As Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, I need your help. I need the help of this generation that I'm looking at right now. You see my face at airports. I have the "If you see something, say something" campaign, but I need your help in another way. I can build you a completely secure house, risk-free. I can build you a house with secure walls, secure windows, secure doors for the sake of Homeland Security, but it will not be a shining city on a hill. It will look more and feel more like a prison. Part of my job as Secretary of Homeland Security is to help preserve American values. We can build more walls, erect more screening, ask more questions, but we should not do so at the cost of who we are as Americans. People who cherish privacy, cherish the freedom to associate and to travel, and celebrate diversity. Most of you graduating out there were probably born in or around 1992, which means that on September 11th, 2001, you were probably 9 or 10 years old. Most of you are old enough to remember that day, but hopefully you've not been scarred by it. We need you and your generation, the post 9/11 generation, to help us preserve those American values that we cherish. Do not let our society turn inward. One last thing, and this is a consistent thing, runs throughout all graduations, consistent message. As you sit here today, I promise you, when you go forward, you will achieve and see things that are in your life that are beyond your current comprehension. I graduated college 35 years ago. My parents are still with us. They're in their 80s. They graduated college 60 years ago. They still live in the house that I grew up in. They've lived in the same home for 50 years, exactly 50 years. In their lifetimes, since they graduated college, they have seen things that in 1954 would have been incomprehensible to them, including, for example, integrated schools, a man orbiting the Earth, a man orbiting the moon. They grew up in a segregated South, in a segregated Washington, D.C. If they wanted to communicate with their parents, if my granddad wrote my dad, "Did you get work yet?" he'd get a letter back in 2 weeks. Today, if my father wants to write his grandkids to say, "Did you get work yet?" he picks up his iPhone, sends a text message, and in about 4 seconds, he gets back a response. "I'm still working on it, Dad." After they graduated college, they did not know, they could not have known about IBM, iPhones, iPods, iPads. They could not have imagined an African-American president, or that their son, who was a C&D student in high school, would serve in President Barack Obama's cabinet. So my message to all of you is you have a tremendous amount to look forward to. Go forward, dare to dream, and never accept any limitations. Thank you.
Let's have a big round of applause for Secretary Johnson. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Dear graduates, I have but a few remarks that I'd like to make. For my dream for all of you today, as it was for the freshmen at Matriculation Day, is for you to raise your aspirations, to use your time, talents, and treasure in meaningful ways, and to make a difference in everything you do. Our honorees today remind us of the essential lessons we encouraged and hope you have learned, whether as undergraduate or graduate students. They have used their time, talents, and treasures to make a difference. Dr. Millord is a scientist who uses her knowledge to advance the health care of patients in difficult circumstances. She is the epitome of someone who has enhanced her knowledge, skills, abilities, and values. During your time at Adelphi, you have heard from other significant scientists whose engagement in the world of questions led to breakthroughs for the improvement of lives of others. Think of Temple Grandin. Among you are McDonald scholars, others like Jamie DeGroat, interned in science labs at Estee Lauder, and hundreds of others of you participated in Research Day over the last 4 years. Edward Villela exemplifies the arts, imaginative expression, and creative living. He changed careers from maritime engineering to performance, to choreographer, to positions of leadership in the arts. You too will find several changes in careers to apply your skills and abilities in the first job, the second job, and then beyond. During your time at Adelphi, we have enjoyed other artists whose careers demonstrate the ability to evolve, to reflect upon what is learned, and then to set new goals. Think of Paul Taylor and his dancers, Bobby McFerrin, Tommy Toon, Wale, Big Sean, and Maureen McGovern, whose repertoire represents decades, but whose style is contemporary. Secretary Jay Johnson, a former Adelphi trustee before returning to a government appointment, has transitioned from professional practice to public service and back. He represents the call of the law for service to individuals, firms, institutions, and government. Jay stands in stark contrast to another public servant, George F. Kennan, who said he felt like a stranger in his own country, quote, a guest of my time and not a member of the household. Jay Johnson is the opposite. He has engaged in his time, overcome barriers unknown to Kennan, and has become an exemplar for us all. Think about your service to others. Many of you participated in the Community Fellows Program and worked as interns for over 50,000 hours of service in neighboring communities. Others chose Panthers with a Purpose and served some 6,300 hours of service. Still others performed 64,484 service hours in the America Reads, America Counts program. And many of you engaged in Sandy relief, collecting over 40,000 items for families infected. In fact, over half of you volunteered in some way in this past year. So even at this age, you have been on a path to use your time and talents to best effect, growing on your own terms and serving those in need. You also have been active in other ways during your time at Adelphi. 15% of you studied in another country, and 4% of you, like Amy Goldstein, have been varsity athletes. In fact, several of you, including Devin Crimmy, Jacqueline Williams, Juan Aguilar, and Gregory Pushkolchian, achieved All-American honors this year alone. And our lacrosse teams achieved extraordinary success, with the men making it to the penultimate peak and the women earning a 6th ring. Congratulations to all of our athletes. Some 55% of you transferred to Adelphi, and 25% of those graduating with a master's degree today also earned a bachelor's degree from Adelphi. There are lessons to be learned from reflecting on these facts, for we are as concerned about character and citizenship as we are about careers and commerce. The latter two are important, but not sufficient for the kinds of lives lived by those we honor today, including you graduates. We believe with author Marilynne Robinson that power and wealth should be secondary to the progress of freedom. Loyalty to democracy, that is freedom, is not the same as loyalty to an economic system. Democracy is philosophy of citizen engagement and decision-making, not a special pass to the Whitman Wall. As Robinson also said, our heritage, the country that has emerged out of generations, is the result of attention to public education, public health, public safety, access to suffrage, equality under the law. Hear it and heed it. This we believe. Yes, you had a major. You will be starting a career or graduate study. You may continue to build on your community service. It is known you will change careers. But each experience adds to your toolbox that you will carry with you through life, just as your success in and out of class benefited from your earlier studies, activities, and volunteer service. Life is a series of opportunities and obligations, including obligations to find meaning, to find happiness, and to fulfill our potential to advance in knowledge, skills, abilities, and values. It also is a series of obligations and opportunities to use our talents in service to a larger cause, whether it be to one's family, neighborhood, community, nation, or the world, with enthusiasm. In the spirit of Jane Austen, let it not be said that your understanding lacks brilliance, your feelings lack ardor, or your voice lacks expression. Fabiola, Edward, and Jay show through their life stories that you too can be the passionate author of your life, not just a character in someone else's script. As the Whitman of verse said, "Not I nor anyone else can travel life's road for you. You must travel it yourself. It is not far, it is within reach. Perhaps you have been on it since you were born and did not know. Perhaps it is everywhere, on water and land, everywhere, that is, where you are. Your path to happiness and meaning is yours to make and to find. Adelphi will be here to support you. This is our pledge to you, as it has been to those who have graduated before. Congratulations, 2014. Adelphi has an active and enthusiastic body of alumni, and today we have a very special group of alumni with us. The class of 1964 is celebrating its 50th reunion. I ask them to stand and acknowledge your applause and thanks them for joining us on this special occasion. Now I would like to ask Shelley Kleiman, co-chair of the Alumni Advisory Council, to come forward to present Ruth Bronfman Marcus, class of 1964, with the Ruth S. Harley Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award. The Ruth S. Harley Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award celebrates Dean Harley's decades of service to Adelphi. Remembered for her intelligence, compassion, creativity, and leadership, Dean Harley embodied the caring spirit that sets our university apart. With this award, it is my pleasure to celebrate her legacy through the achievement of our alumni. Ruth Bronfman Marcus came to Adelphi to fulfill her dream of earning a bachelor's degree in nursing. By her senior year, just months before commencement, she was lacking the financial resources she would need to pay for her final semester. Ruth Harley stepped in and found funding that was needed. 5 decades later, Mrs. Marcus remains grateful to Adelphi for the education she received and to Dean Harley for making sure she could earn her degree. In gratitude, Mrs. Marcus has established a scholarship at the university through a bequest for the benefit of nursing students who, like she, are in need of financial support to complete their degrees. Today, we celebrate her friendship, generosity, and unwavering dedication to Adelphi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now I call the Provost, Dr. Gail Ensler, to the lectern, and Chairman Willumstad to the lower stage.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for their degrees by successfully completing the curricula offered by the several schools, colleges, and Institute of Adelphi University, and by having been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for the awarding of appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments. I would also like to report that 37 candidates were awarded doctoral degrees at yesterday's doctoral hooding ceremony. On behalf of the academic deans of Adelphi University and in the name of the faculty, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree for which they have been recommended. I ask everyone to remain in or return to your seats until every student is recognized. The last graduate is as important as the first. I now call Dean Richard Garner to join the President and the Chairman. He will congratulate the students of the Honors College as they come forward with their respective school or college. And we welcome Dean Sam Grogg, who joins the President and the Chairman for the conferring of degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. The candidates for degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences will please rise and come forward. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Leading the procession are the candidates for graduate degrees. Professor Geddes, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Iris Manahan, Heather Stefanescu, Caitlin Sena, Anastasia Curtis, Kadeem Gale, Tiffany Nesbitt, Richard Newby, Yi Wang, Shu Chen, Ariana Pitti, Allah Ahmed, Basma Al-Wakasi, Layla Al-Mashadi, Nora Al-Jadali, Talisi Milangem, Monique Mohammed, Catherine Graves, Brenda Avila, Frances Fan, Maria Vesia, Vittoria Venuti, Shivali Malkani, Cassandra Bianco, Alexandra Diana, Hannah Ross, Jennifer Dahl, Amanda Spizarich, David Levy, Daniel Stewart, Taylor Adamczyk, Megan Camarda, Samantha Fitzgerald, Danielle Rager, Mara Bush, Jessica Barkan, Amber Sky Paradise, Lauren Nicole Brown, Jenna Cavuto, Logan Mazzara, Emily Mertes, Gabrielle Pierre, Manjo Kedra, Shivani Sharma, Victoria Christine Livinus, Sean O'Neill, Christopher Campbell, Gregory Giankelli, Matthew Robert Olivia, Junior Leiba Copperam, Christopher Ladka, Spencer Blondman, Matthew Layton, Edward Leon, Lord Hussein, Matthew Atayas, Caitlin A. Malloy, Amanda Lamonaco, Diana Gong, Stephanie Emmanuel, Nicole Calando, Mary Harkins, Michael Lucan, Karen Tritt, Sam Mirkoff, Kristen Harris, Gisha Vajezi, Paul Adamo, Tamana Gandhi, Alexander Mowgli, Theodore Bellas, Stephen Hudson, Shannon Marie Caperta, Stephen Bove, Kyle Savage, Jamie Abruzzo, Melissa Eustace, Taylor Barbino, Nicole Casano, Christina Marciano, Christine Gavilnares, Nicholas Schmidt, Christopher Roskoyevsky, Thomas Bartlett, Nicholas Aronoff, Marina Botros, Lorena Gomez, Kimberly Ross, Shahida Anif, Blessy Thomas, Catherine Clark, Jessica Didone, Michelle Bias, Andres Rodriguez, Samantha Hollande, Jacqueline Giuliante, Samantha Zukoski, Michelle Rizicasa, Samantha Huber, Jillian Cusa, Danielle Schwenker, Carlos Nelson, Stephanie Osgood, Beverly Corsa, Brianna Said, Desiree Mitchell, Vincent Payne, Georgina Podani, Sinclair Cushmore, Justin Ryan Nakrin, Harrison Spatz, Helena Aurora, Marcela Martino, Ratchapak Shiwanrat, Christy Marie Chio, Dave DeSalvo, Victor Rizzo, Daniel Limone, Manhur Misbah, Enes Elmohans, Vincent Russo, Christian Kopnicki, Catherine Grover, Anne-Marie Correa, David Campbell, Gabriel Hardy Francongadea, Zachary Brandt, Matthew Havatis, Jake Stamoulis, Michael Perez, Elizabeth Mullane, Ryan Sobek, David Vargas, Ralph Ramey, John Anglin, Frank Tirano, Nicole Podesta, Heather N. Fisco, Andrew Hollis Lima, Rebecca Farina, Stephen Levine, Anthony Murray, Monica Mohaschi, Kelly E. Martin, Meg Utron Lombardo, Kelly Constanatis, Victoria Sipe, Eva Bardem, Hannah Groves, Nicole Scher, Felicia Rodriguez, Nicole Mongeluso, Elise Helmers, Courtney Wellstead, Nicole Reef, Kelly Bernstein, Alicia Keller, Christina Carvon, Brian Scanazzo, Michael Blinn, Deanna Strunazek, John Franklin, J.T. Kirby, Luke James Catalesa, Connor Sheaf Mahan, James Harold, Giuseppe Marcello, Christian Hoey, Maxwell Parnell, Charles Calera, Alicia Sudeiko, Kimberly Chemraj, Marsha Davi, Callie Benison, Carlos Balam, Halva Adams, Adriana Andrianopoulos, Nicole Buffalino, Connor McCann, Frank Lambrea, Jesse Sigismonti, Samantha Marie Carney, Chelsea Barbara Glendon, Megan Plans, Jennifer Otero, Nicole Spinello, Jane Judson, Jessica Corey, Alyssa Cousenberg, Rachel Moore, Aniseli Arias, Tajay Berg, Nicole Sapia, Shannon Nicole Arendt, Jocelyn Lavarota, Christine Mel, Anastasia Zorin, Leo Riven, Anton Mondeza, Martha Benson, Jessica Jalal, Noelle Marie Deutsch, Amanda Rose Franco, Amila Sophia Oswald, Kristen Michelle Trinidad, Janine Regina Perez, Natalia Gamutza, Emily Ryan Reed, Gregory Buckheit, Aubrey Elizabeth Quinn, Catherine Elizabeth Lazarus, Rachel Feldman, James Wapert, Evelyn Dumont, Felicia Faringo, Jose Leon, Anestia Jene Cure, Tanel Simone Watkins, Jonathan Lawrence Kenny, Christopher Trinidad, Blake Wales, Trevor Jones, Sarah Monahan, Kelsey Gangnath, Diana Maggie, Carmen Elizabeth Jones, Shana Goldberger, Alyssa Waitman, Chelsea Farley, Sasha Smith, Jasmine Christine Zook, Stephanie Monroe, Jordan Ridno, Jennifer Pavos, Emily Roca, Samantha Flynn, Michael Boudou, Evangelos Anastasios, Diana Cuopolo, Kathleen Carrigan, Erica Wilders, Janelle DeMeo Medina, Steffi Grafsey Paxson, Marjani Leary, Cameron Cortum, Carrie McKenna, Richard Tarantola, Brandon Dove, Joseph Robert Graziano, Alexander Karageorges, Wellesley Shane Weisenholtz, Joseph Bassi, John Simikowski, Irene Joanna Sheik, Alexandra Zagel, Mary Abrams, Heather C. Barnes, Alyssa Barese, Lauren Kick, Courtney Leff, Carrie Myers, Daniela Calero, April Yave, Stephen Kochal, Stephanie F. Stethescu, Kristen Montgomery, Sunda Zali, Eliana Martinez, Ado Tran, Melissa Lee, Victoria Gomes, Bincy Thomas, Afrain Bobby, Sheba Varkesi, Martin Diesler, Stefan Akim Boyce, Zui Hao Lee, Janon Huang, Mark Chuch Ellison, Jamal June Weiss, Jerome Prezigaza Maxwell, Annual Rosine, Yadana Ortega, Megan Lane, Robin Piper, Trevana Gobom, Estefania Jimenez, Cassandra Jean, James Thomas, Joseph Fox, Megan Moravec, Abigail Polion, Demetrius F. Giacomis, Shannon Ball, John Del Borquin IV, Sindra Gade Vishant, Valeria Mendoza, Samantha Upshaw, Ida Easlyn Erickson, Colleen Marie Rega, Iseline Jensen, Rachel Voorhees, Caitlin Imbesi, Nancy Samelo, Heather Lenhart, William Charles Pasquarello, Christy Clark, Taylor King, Ickerson Hopper, Gabriela Almarino, Rebecca Krieger, Michelle Shumanova, Amanda Amarain, Hannah Larson, Nikita Kumar, Sarah Hashimi, Jennifer Sato, Samantha Mascone, Danielle Friche, Nicole Osterhout, Elizabeth Orbaum, Diana Schoenberg, Gabrielle Bruno, Laura Matiche, Christy Ranchoji, Anne-Marie Ramsarou, Erin Taub, Amanda Mandelo, Connie Sen, Melinda Malloy, Jennifer Tatara, Amanda Kim, Kristen Sullivan, Kayleen Higgins, Brittany Suke, Jamie Ackerman, Jamie DeGroat, Nicole Lantia, Lauren Cassisi, Jessica Way, Nicholas Costa, Omar Edwards, Igor Landsberg, Nicholas Hayumov, Makeda Nyabinji, Taisha Robertson, Gabriella Gilbride, Gabrielle Marie Morono Bianco, Catherine Ann O'Brien, Brittany Taylor Martin, Madeline Alexandra Bolderu, Kate Elise Catania, Jessica Hona, Crystal Kishan, Nicholas Capone, Diana McKenzie, Christine Garcia, Chad Houghton, Kevin Hutzel, Matt Abramowitz, Kevin Murphy, Andreina Penezo, Lydia Solano, Christina Rodriguez, Rasya Raman, Sitoria Saravova, Nathaniel Sagavriluda, Emmy Lynn, Lauren Tessiorero, Mohammed Ahmadi. Oh, cut. Banit Kaur, Sansa Parvez, Lareya Cullum, Geraldine Panis, Jennifer Reyes Bueno, Marielle Demono Medina, Erica Gail De Leon, Nicole Loretta Tagufa, Evelyn Ulcius, Malali Jones, Mahali Jones, my apologies, Kathleen Pierre Lewis, Rose Medouville Jean-Jacques, how's that? Jacqueline Havermill, Anjanette Rosario, Stephanie Flower, Amy Milo, Kelly Fitzpatrick, Melissa Farah Bukhari, Janelle Bolga, Natalie Medina, Christine De Leon.
Thank you. I now call forward Dean Patrick Coonan to join the President and the Chairman for the conferring of degrees in the College of Nursing and Public Health. The candidates for degrees in the College of Nursing and Public Health will please rise and proceed to the stage. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Master of Public Health, Master of Science, and Bachelor of Science degrees in the College of Nursing and Public Health. The candidates for certificates in advanced graduate study will lead the nursing students to the stage. Professor Lally, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Katisha Gordon, Jean Zamor, Beverly Smith, Suzette Sam Matthews, Jamisha Blaylock, Lillian Hope, Josephine Julie Kagara, Patricia Ann Savage, Ann Ava Forbes, Patrice Powell, Anna Glowacki, Toya Tian Winfield, Donna Krog, Erin McCarran, Jennifer Tatro, Raymond Santiago Jr., Emanuela Jean, Shireen Gale Marsh, Rosemary Gaston, Shauna Brown, Leonice Wilson, Ariana Evans, Chantel Rougier, Stephanie Augustin, Andre Karen De Leon, Danielle Pahowicz, Josue Gomez, Chanda Reese, Rose Duran, Francesca Petralia, Paula Krafchick, Tony Dauphin, Karen Carlson, Alan Florence, Wildry Labriel, Kristen Ralph, Tara James Valentin, Matthew Tiberia, Titania Leandra Silva, Steve Regis, Karina Alexis Bowen, Perpetua Auguste, Lalisha Stevens, Jessica Lamour, Stacy Gagan, Natasha Williams, Afsha Ahmed Ayub, Brittany Klein, Alana Morduhayev, Kate Peranti, Catherine Secretaria, Patrick Gerard Loomis, Jessica Lucero, Jared Breimer, Charles Jeffrey Farrar, Romina Kondo, Joseph Carbone, Laura Sanzo, Alyssa Fabrizi, Joanne DiNardo, Nicole Neef, Stephanie Salazar, Tamara Schachter, Olesia Zizuria, Lisa Dolman, Chelsea Wallman, Kathleen L. Ricard, Anthony Christopher Mercurio, Zena Hill, Jennifer Bataller, Renee Varghese, Nevlin Abraham, Joseph Svazara, Robert Veltre, Kristen Tomkowski, Vicky Chaklanos, Tatiana N. Stosik, Ashley Campson, Hector Kaur Parmar, Erica Valencia, Christina Phelps, Ramila Autar, Karia Loman, Mahani Nanal, Melissa Capabianco, Casey Linnemeyer, Caitlin Everett, Kelly Greer, Dana Albano, Allison Carbone, Catherine Flores, Sharifa Clark Anglade, Maria Victoria Joy Manato, Nancy Lee Tracy, Mashonda Frith, Alexis Collins, Colleen Dyer. Kathleen Eisenstein. Michelle McGovern. Dina Trotto. Christina Manzo. Anne Francheria. Olivia Martin. Maria Gardella. Jacqueline De Benedetto. Cara Broderick. Sarah Ganu. Shady Zeden. Abraham Johnson Thomas. Danielle Arroyo. Elvira Noshakovsky. Oksana Vinokur. Carolyn Rienzo. Angelica Marie Roll. Devin Colleen Flynn. Christy Camille Diocampo. Sheila Robignol. Shannon Maloney. Julianne Roy. Rachel Gary. Tanya Nika Jefferson. Marilisa Godas. Samuel Arondu. Anna Maziares. Marcy Dumoplin. Eric Sagan. Gurpriya Kalra. Francesca Giambalvo. Stephen Umali. Tanya Kozakis. Jennifer Taglich. Alan Weislater. Samantha Avila. Heather Kabibo. Lauren Radito. Lauren Froelich. Shanique Winbone Smith. Jean Keener. Jennifer Faulkner. Metushila Aludor. Patrick Aludor. Claire Lewis. Manpreet Kaur. Modesta Malu. Jacinia Velasquez. Anila Persaud. Jacqueline Smith. Anbar Aziz. Dia Bacon. Jasenia. Cheryl Walker. Leslie Obie. Chico Hicks. Megan Brooks. Christina Cliven.
Thank you. I now call forward Dean Andrew Safier to join the President and the Chairman for the conferring of degrees in the School of Social Work. The candidates for degrees in the School of Social Work will please rise and come forward. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study, the Master of Social Work, and the Bachelor of Social Work degrees from the School of Social Work. The procession from the School of Social Work is led by the Master's Degrees candidates. Professor Geddes, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Damara Campbell. Louise Emmanuel. Uriah Gray. Marissa Gazio. Brandy Monroe-Veliske. Zeddy Yao. Lauren Erb. Nicole Mayer. Christina Porter. Elizabeth Farrell. Desiree Jabom. Brent Russell. Cecilia Calderon. Megan Cambridge. Avril Henry. Chelsea Nelson. Sarah Lynn Gelman. Ashia Waters. Mark Anthony McLam. Tiffany Trochet. Sonia Danielle. Allison Haggerty, Tajmarie Hendricks, Estefany De Vargas, Martine Mollier, Frances Chuama, Joan Holland Schaefer, Jonathan M. Gordon Jr., Diane Dean Dillon, Nicole Pierre-Louis, Taisha N. Diaz, Shineto Inamum, Diana Convalius, Karen Natasha Burnett, Yelena Chavez, Maria Rodriguez, Leonora Vasta, Carolee Campanello, Katrina Taluzzi, Marcy Bodanzio, Daniel Rogers, Stephanie Faye Osborne, Najwa Hines, Brittany Nasser, Allison O'Leary, Sasha Cobabello, Kristen Colson, Pamela Sukandan, Madeline Bale, Nicole Board, Janice Helensky, Karen Buzensky, Sarah Huertas, Andrea Fielding, Rachel Snyder, Ebony Jones, Myra Firo, Kimberly Ward, Jillian Lee Hare, Courtney Murphy, Amanda Cruz, Elena Lupo, Alicia Crawford, Alana Caitlin Comba, Galo Kuntau, Gary Kahn, Kathy Ann Kliegman, Renee Harbour, Lauren Vancheri Hollander, Anthony G. Rizzuto, Lindsay Ann Castro, Caroline M. Callahan, Rinka Sunani Newkirk, Tracy Ann Clark, Ariel Bastis, Trevor Schlingheid, Victoria Robert Watkins, Inez Green, Kalian Smalley, Jacob Cooper, Edwina Hutchison, Suzette Russell, Stephanie Costa, Rebecca Cromwith, Rochelle Green, Lauren Leone, Jacqueline Palladino, Elise Milliam, Yolanda Hutchison, Colleen Bazile, Emancia Brown, Michelle Manabir, Stephanie Clegg, Emily Zelhoff, Damon Wellen, Deborah Green Mosovic, Denise Marie Jordan, Rachel Roth, Danielle Probst, Dolly Thomas, Alicia Brinson, Dominique Wilson, Irene Casalgo, Charles Perry, James Sharp, Emily Vedrosa, Tamila Mazir, Gabriela Munoz, Siobhan Clark, Victoria Charla, Nicole Burke, Karen Altenberger, Kia Harrison, Daniela Carnevale, Colleen Bates Jeffers, Jacqueline Levine, Jessica Saxton, Jen Ranieri, Christopher Baggio, Megan Mullerville, Lauren Christine Morelli, Catherine Vanessa Ruiz, Janine Michelle Denaro, Catherine Marie Albanese, Jennifer Marie Herzog, Silas Wellesley Kelly, Deborah Board, Natalie Jeanette Hybe, Crystal Locklev, Nicole Medici, Khalida Sexton, Estelle Ford, Catherine Horlina, Wendy Vargas, Jesse Pellegrino, Jillian Malkin, Christy Torres, Erica Elisa Rosario, Alexandra Batista, Julie Iris Kaplan, Danielle Donatone Livendi, Stephanie Domond, Amy Choi, Matthew Melican, Ava Farive, Lauren Denby, Rebecca Fox, Master Chantel Jackson, Brittany Nashia Strokes, Anna Likva Prushinovsky, Catherine Elshabok, Janice Meha, Sarah Matos, Crystal Miller, Antoinette Jones-Perrin, Dayanira Ruiz-Gardner, Tania Wilkinson, Nicole Denny, Julio Lopez, Jenny Alvarado, Xian Tong, Jessica Lester, Tamia Rodriguez, Christine Bouton, Sharon Barral, Michelle Peters, Tashika Dudley, Franny Jimenez, Marie Felix, Jolene Lespis, Giselle Gonzalez, Danielle Brooks, Aurelia M. Johnson, Katiana Day, Michelle Simon, Mulkey Miller, Ksenia Gia, Ksenia Bajarenko, Himalaya Raupalita, Melinda Petersburg, Aveline Williamson, Akende Veronica Alume, Donna Antoinette West, Natalia Quinton, Stephanie Sianis, Marie Florbras, Laura L. Johnson, Ebony Howard, Evelyn Jenkins, Megan Fitzgerald, Bilkis Akhtar, Letitia Banks, Tayana Banyet, Jennifer Ramirez, Fallon Brown-Orr, Angeli Elaine Aleskas, Sarah Abohi, James Weatherstone, Megan Brenner, Camilla DeSalvo, Melissa Halverson, Crystal Larkin, Courtney Betchner, Johnny Morales, Joyce Liu, Andrew Kassan, Jennifer Scalio, Ariel Momola, Jessica Tunas, Kristen Hyman, Chelsea Forstel, Chanel Adamson, Stephanie Blackwood, Anastasia Fox, Chelsea Santos, Pamela Pagones, Christina Sandstrom, Brittany Marie Larkin, Rachel C. Eisenberg, Josri Banda Olmos, Christine Miara Dempsey, Christina Marie Tuscalis, Joan Elisa Matthew, Brittany Nicole Jenkins, Sarah News, Elizabeth Ann Merkel, Juliana Duacomo, Caitlin Nicholson, Alina Foer, Carlos Flores, Christina Theodore, Felicia Callis Garrier, Latora Phipps, Shimanle Uncle, Tyvan Aaron Foster, Adla Alexis, Jacqueline Galdomes, Monica Sharma, Sabrina Spatorno, Ashley Bumpers, Rosalind Ramos, Danielle Christine Otis, Claudia Diaz, Jody Albadera, Jessica McGinn, Rebecca Kunstadt, Fleeton F. Allen.
Thank you. As we move forward, I just wanted to thank you all for your patience and attention for each one of our students, whether it took them 2 years, 4 years, 6 years or more to get to this point. It is an extremely important day, and we really appreciate your attention. I now call forward Dean Jacques Barber from the Gordon F. Derner Institute of Advanced Psychological Studies to join the President and the Chairman for the conferring of the degrees in the Derner Institute. The candidates for degrees from the Derner Institute will please rise and come forward. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am honored to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Adelphi Certificate, Master of Arts, and Bachelor of Arts degrees from the Derner Institute. Professor Lally, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Dana Waterman, Caitlin Stremmel, Aubrey Fisher, Ruthie Katz, Dana Rosen, Marissa Moscato, Fatima Zara Jaffer, Gondre Verga, Lorraine Sanchez, Joy McPherson, Marian Emily Kent, Megan Larkin, Denise Balk, Deborah Gomez, Dominique Murin, Tina Polio, Cabrina Reggio, Karen Elizabeth Lehman, Madison McHugh, Raquel Vanessa Costello, Melody Pachulo, Megan Leap, Alyssa Rivas, Andre T. Osso, Grace Eichelberg, Alexandra Borgerson, Tiffany French, Sarah Rose Georgiana, Susan Mangot, Danielle Policio, Kristen Nalatilik, Blondiva Ray, Alexis Gregos, Christopher Contreras, Erica Leoma Young, Courtney Pivarotti, Maurice Renfro Jr., Alisa Canigliaro, Jade Sanders, Shakara Bacchus, Taranjo Parmar, Lakina Outlaw, Jusin Wong, Eric De Gregoria, Hillary Elizabeth Dupowski, Tara Marie Karen, Willianne Garber, Diana Damalatis, Rachel Abrazino, Tiffany Joy Vaglica, Christopher Leonard, Christina Zvikovic, Ebony Tui, Kristen Mante, Nicole Ferrigno, Ryan Dope, Amanda Maggio, Talitha Douglas, Raisha Porter, Jessica Louise Boothman, Melissa Lee Felson, Elena Kalantzopoulos, Alexis Buckheit, Jeremy Grant, Gregory Samartano, Erica Gulnick, Anthony Collado, Jay Rosenthal, Elizabeth Eichelberg, Chantel Usher, Brianna Van Brussel, Nakia Moody, Chian Green, Sonam Kapoor, Nayamka Chapang Elliston, Samantha Gargiulo, Aisham Tavares, Rebecca Lashrafi, Felicia Rosaria Benigno, Lauren Stillman, Kristen Garassi, Kristen Sylvan, Gary-Ann Lundfuss, Annie Giovanniello, Brittany Steff, Amanda Marie Klatch, Ashley Abantangelo, Patricia DePino, Marlon Lewison, Jennifer Safran, Christina Contranillo, Jiaxing Shi, Victoria Gonsalves, Nicolette Macadon, Catherine Coyoy, Kelsey McLaughlin, Lauren Nicole Keller, Gitana Marley PR, Asia Boyd, Megan Sims, Chelsea Vanessa Knight, Janaya Michelle Hunt, Michelle Murphy, Emily Baselli, Daniela Baglivo, Joanna Terry, Carissa Moniz, Emily Mathai, Viviana Petriano, Amanda Singh, Jacqueline Cananito, Jenny Volkers, Patrice James, Taylor Alexandra Giol, Danielle Lobriolo, Ria Kukulis, Jennifer Moorman, Sophia Rajbali, Paula Castrillon, Brandon Joesham.
Thank you. I now call forward Dean Anthony Libertella to join the President and Chairman for the conferring of degrees in the Robert B. Willumstad School of Business. I also ask Dr. Sotirakis from St. Francis Hospital to join them on the stage to congratulate the graduates of our joint MBA with specialization in Health Services Administration program. The candidates for degrees from the Willumstad School of Business will please rise and come forward. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study, Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science degrees from the Robert B. Willumstad School of Business. Professor Geddes, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Kathleen Carol Mahoney, Margaret Leons, Christine Sumzik, Michael Stauder, Ashish Seth, Donna Chesom, Melanie Howard, Tina Minicozi, Deborah Ann Venezia, Tina Schreier, Denise Chernoff, Cherise Garcia, Linguan Jia, Zhongjura Zhu, Zhongjin Lin, Ki Wong, Jafar Hamilton, Kenneth Gates, Trevor Lindo, John Spileta, Jennifer Dolan, Wei Hong Liu, Wei Wei Chen, Yu Yaoshan Chen, Wan Wei Kwang, Tiran Shui, Yituan Liu, Qi Zhao, Matthew Palisha, Kurt Louis Lufka, Robert J. Tudisco, Andrew Ravi Prasad, Gary Citrangola, Michael Pucci, Frank Rougeau, Kunbo Wang, Jing Ma, Yuan Zheng, Zihong Shen, Mengyao Chu, Yunxi Wang, Lulu Jin, Jose Lopez, Shamin Lopez, Giuseppe Chivarelli, Allison Goodrich, Stephanie Naranjo, Melissa Orquist, Jason Howell, Kevin O'Brien, Stephen Robinson, Colin Cadet, Christina Lubrano, Richard W. Leggio II, Charu Soon, Tu Tao Chen, Kenshi Yi, Dan Zhou, Jingli Ren, Xiaodan Du, Chenshui Du, Jojo Chen, William Sweeney, Yang Wang, Gu Gao, Ji Zhang, Yushan Ling, Balong Shu, Jetjan B, Isnal, Haiying Tang, Sinclair Chu, Chen Zhang, Shoujong, Xinglong Zhen, Nan Zhang, Zhuanga Liu, Zhuangyu Kui, Quan Hisen Lin, Jin Wang, Weijing Wang, Lining Li, Shuore Xue, Xiaofei Huang, Qin Song, Dan Scheidling, Craig Schultz, James Murillo, Sinlei Joseph, Shuangzhen Li, Wenxiao Lang, Joseph Christophus, Ting Zhao, Fang Tong, Li Tao Yu, Xiaomin Liao, Li Yuan Shan, Menshiti Li, Jumbo Shu, Xiaolo Li, Ziwei Wang, Chen Yu, Chenyang Fu, Ning Yi, Shijiao, Bola Li, Xuan Wang, Heng Wang, Lin Chai, Zi Kuo, Keith Ramirez, Hampton Mills, Shani Walker, Manisha Serene, Neon Ma, Brian Roberts, Christopher Godwin, Matthew Scala, Javier Limo, Marinela Tagliavore, Ariana Georgiadis, Ian Bergstrom, Gary Zepatelli, Matthew Bracco, Zhao Fan, Tony Providenci, Dylan Madre, Nicholas Sukazi, Raul Ruiz, Karen Tchaikovskaya, Amy Goldstein, Kellyanne Somides, Stephanie Quinn, Rebecca Ferrella, Stephen Landa, James Lee, Kuan Sirhan, Jalu Tao, Jing Chao, Charles Lynch, John Abrentia, Joseph Verde, Elaine Gormaris, Alexa Ligamari Capus, Megan Lillian Ashell, Alex Montalone, Zoe Zerini, Antonio Caradino, Andrew Hertzman, Joshua Goldsmith, Kirk Allen Heiser, Kimberly Kinch, Catherine Jamalowitz, John Ryan, Daniel Cooperman, Adam David Feit, Natalia Lopez, Hannade Kasham, Kristen Shank, Michael L. Rand, Caitlin McCartney, Matthew Burton, Michelle Singh, Clementine Tuzi, Danielle Sky Ospadale, Karine Ziedler, Elena Gravesta Cricht, Robert Henn, Matthew Klutman, Jeffrey Barrett, Brandon Thompson, Romel Thompson, Bernardo Gitron Salinas, Matthew Dodds, James Monahan, Quan Tran, Laura Tejo, Nicole Barberio, George Ruiz de la Castilla, Michael Lasala, Brianna Murray, Luke Ruzek, Jessica Miro, Katie Kramer, Melanie Andrea, Kevin Persco, Eric Harsh, Dajan Shen, Wei Chen, Dihei Hu, Lin Zhu, Shuyuan Ren, Rebecca Meridukavyev, Christina Machia, Robert Romano, Michelle Artadia, Brittany Belize, Wei Wei, Chauncey Lin, Dan Huang, Sabrina Papez, Rosina Rubino, Peter Zalak, Christopher Riley, Anthony Pellegrino, Anthony Hannon, Samantha Licata, Joseph Solano, Gregory Pasculjan, Dwayne Young, Vincent Alestra, Nicholas Mazzaro, Tian Shio, Janato Shen, Wuenjia Zheng, Victoria Ung, Ting Zhu, Stephen Block, Joseph Weiss, David Ha, Matthew Ripple, Michael Cahood, Philip Macia, Aurora Shirkis, Samantha Serragano, Domenico Pirelli, Gianni Eibel de Sources, Dominic Williams, Fei Fei Wang, Spin-Young Du, Do Di Wu, Si-Yai Chen, Jordan Diaz, Gabrielle Kolakian, Dina Ramaletti. So bottleneck. Hang on. Abelida? Just while we're waiting. Danielle Abelida. Anthony Pritnito. Johnny Licuri. Thomas Dita. Michelle Fritz. Amanpreet Badwem. Khadija Modasa. Rupinder Kaur, Jimru Liang, Lin Yan Lee, Philip Kaplan, Daryl Picard, Junshu Bai, Zing Zhang, Sarye McCoy, Eunice McCoy, Courtney Douglas.
Thank you. Nicely done. I now call forward Dean Sean O'Reilly to join the President and the Chairman for the Conferring of Degrees in University College. I also ask Dean Sam Grogg to rejoin the President, the Chairman, and Dean Anthony Libertella for the Conferring of Degrees in University College. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Graduate Certificate, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Associate in Arts, and Associate of Science degrees from University College. And we are honored to have Secretary Johnson shake the hands of the graduates from our first graduating class for emergency management, as well as Professor Andello. Professor Lally, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Joseph Battaglia, John Sanchez, Leslie Welsh, Ronald Goodwin, Tanya Fisher, Susan Clements, Ronald Tan, Rosa Abel, Frank Lieb, Anne-Marie Desardue, Roxana Hoppy, Michelle Morse, Lynette Rodriguez, Peter Mano, Victoria Walker, Catherine Moss, Austin Cortese, Kenya Harvey, Mercedes Pierce, Kirby Luke, Paul Chong, Romy John Pierre, Doris Campbell Simeona, Samantha Allen, Tina Rivera, John Max Jose, Regine Jose, Billy Ray Parker Jr., Marie Lee, Robert Kinozi, Tobana Phillips Dash, Stefania Andrade, Jessica DeRosa, Rodrigo Gonzalez, Winsome Jadu Singh, Marilyn Britt, Dominique Claire Kennel, Diane Marie Morrison, Lydia Neely, Alicia Patrice Gordon, Octavia Marie Johnson, Amanda Berg, Rachel Lelievre.
Thank you very much. I now call forward Dean Jane Ashdown to join the President and the Chairman for the conferring of degrees in the Ruth S. Ammon School of Education. Will the candidates for degrees from the Ruth S. Ammon School of Education please rise and come forward? Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science degrees in Education from the Ruth S. Ammon School of Education. Professor Geddes, will you please read the names of the graduates?
Daniel O'Sullivan, Garantia Altador, Catherine Marie Lawler, Kevin Powell, Christina De Palma, Charlotta Branner, Kelly Marie Montague, Rosemary Dahl, Linda House Kane, Barbara Selva, Jessica Lamindola, Devin Newser, Daniela Pisateri, Louise Mills-Strasser, Kimberly Martins, Grant Smith, Sarah Cote, Caitlin Smollett, Leonard Joseph Bruno II, Daniela Lanizotla, Allison Incarnato, Alicia Gervais, Caprice Star Church, Rashad Curaton, Sybil Duvalesant, Claudia Bolaños, Susan Romano, Josephine Ferrantelli, Nicole Palicia, Catherine Lomasi Reginald, Natalie Maguire, Jeanette McCaughey, Johanna Bolger, Caitlin Prestijomo, Christina Neofito, John Kulchik, Sophia Alapinto, Hope Kamenstein, Cara Goldman, Diana Soto, Cara Wall, Celine Gatzonis, Prasanna Kumar, Susan Quishen, John King, Paul Weber, Chad Poole, Jacqueline Meyer, Danielle Butera, Jessica Maj, Lilia Kaliova, Sonia Kozinov, Allison Fucci, Julie Pollard, Kristen Zimmerman, Kristen Dunn, Elizabeth Rose Giambavlo, Ashley Travato, Leanne Lebo, Conchetta Matella, Kimberly Ann Dazzo, Lisa Kudna Rubin, Nicole Alexandra Chesner, Rachel Alberts, Penny Dukis, Erica DeVito, Alexandra Masacchio, Samantha Meditz, Andrea Bartel, Michelle Glazaroff, Amy Liguri, Michelle Lee, Laura Frank, Courtney Engel, Emmanuel Raymond, Lauren Palumbo, Robin Sachs, Nikki Dietz, Crystal Jardinia, Robin Richmond, Davina Simhaye, Reba Babu, Namitha Vadikat, Christina Pia Murray, Yaniris Suarez, Betty Mohammed, Alyssa Galizio, Faye Kalukis, Nicholas Ferrara, Nicole Cohen, Alyssa Brady, Jill Roth, Jacqueline Barzetta, Tony M. Mikara, Bianca Caluco, Gabrielle DiGiovanni, Sienna Marianne Cadamo, Diana Palazzato, Maria Culigari, Colleen M. Lang, Nicole Tyrone, Christine Florio, Caitlin Vorheist, Lindsay Est, Michael McDonald Jr., Katerina Davidoff, Marta Plodowski, Jenna Cassiani, Marissa Conroy, Rachel Riley, Carrie Hogan, Daniela Pipoli, Bethlehem Retta, Cynthia Rodriguez, Christine Rodriguez, Shakira Lloyd, Daryl Valdivia, Tina Keeling, Nina Ryan Mann, Xantin Liu, Wenshoma Ma, Itwan Wang, Fengshu Li, Chen Zhou, Yuwen Wang Go, Hong Yi Jing, Juan Reng, Alyssa Rose Pinto, Yang Yang, Malki Nakayama, Shen Feng, Shirei Tong, Noah Halamawi, Yi Yang, Julia Engelstein, Biana Michelin Gore, Marina Kogan, Daria Demidenko, Melissa Clark, Terilyn Velasquez, Stephanie Contreras, Inga Rubakina, Caria Filero, Shala Renee Hart, Stacy Littman, Lakeisha Brooks, Daniel Violet, Mercedes Eustache, Lovely Polamom, Eileen Ortega, Nadine Butler, Mary Kassane, Kelly Munson, Sandeep Kaur, Larissa Estrella, Lisa Manjigo, Imani Bryant, Caitlin Smith, Emily Parks, Justina Fadlish, Christina Ward, Lisa De La Bastide, Caitlin Seniore, Haralambos Harry Lozides, Ashley Giraffe, Samantha Sanchez, Kevin B. Vilvig, Stephen T. Michaelmum, Samantha Mishike, Jessica Lapidus, Stephen Ferrante, Andrea Alestra, Stephanie Kaiser, Lauren Borst, Michelle Haggerty, Emily Rania, Victoria Toll, Megan Potter, Stephanie Lett, Madeline Dresner, Stephanie Schmidt, Anise Miller, Noelle Alberti, Dana Weshaw, Rachel Becker, Ashley Evans, Nicole Rindos, Catherine Roberts, Jenny Santiago, Christy Perallo, Nicole Shaman, Natalie Aviles, Michelle Treadwell, Julianne DeFrisco, Danielle Seelinger, Samantha Pistoshi, Diane Kideris, Samanhi Mazara, Tamika Anderson, Tom Jennings, Mitchell Case, Stanislav Bogdanov, Brian Syriac, Amber Ingagola, Hillary Smith, Kathleen Mastuowicz, Tiffany Lopez, Amanda Wolfden, Amy Caird, Christine Santos, Caitlin Kachi, Michelle Batista, Brianna Persaud, Nicole Bonacuso, Melanie Sirico, Jenna Coppola, Christina De Gregorio, Jessica Kalia, Danielle Marichik, Caitlin Leap, Alexis Trania, Cynthia Hoppy, Julie Huntermark, Maya Cristina Italia, Lena Mai, Lauren Carew, Tammy Abreu, Gabriella Muscat, Dorothy Pierre, Julia Bialy, Michael Pereira, Edgar Harris Jr., Corey Katz, Jeffrey Jamaist, Jason Weiss, Scott Yarmond, Bryce Del Toro, Matthew Cologne, Avia Kennedy, Taylor Kelly, Jenna Lucchese, Gina Farinanci, Brianne Connors, Sasha Reba, Joseph Kovas, Brianna Babiri, Wilfred B. Rivera, Sade Jackson, Shannon Flynn, Jessica Kitteris, Courtney Sullivan, Katie Andrews, Michael Macurolo, Omira Sharif, Danielle Checkers, Brenna O'Donoghue, Kristen Meany, Amin Wu, Shenshan Yang, Sally Bickford, Marguerite Okashoko, Jacqueline Safati, Patrick McCauley, Muhammad Ali, Louis Kyoto, Mark Steffer, Nicholas Martino, Justin Shayback, Viola Penny, Lauren Greco, Nicholas Galina, Sheena Vakis, Blair Mirabal, Jessica Thompson, Gabrielle Tazano, Caitlin Montgomery, Michael Guerra, Patricia Cruz, Rafaela Pascarella, Gina Alacalise, John Campbell, Robert Burns, John Donnelly, Brendan Stahl, Amanda Casanello, Karen Ling Selinger, Josephine Perino, Adriana Magno, Katerina Kuzena, Rachel Cohen, Joelle Hecht, Nicolette Pulo, Danielle Garner, Dana Bubalo, Jude Deeb, Michelle Friedberg, Sarah Ashley Hill, Caitlin Bryson, Rachel Fernandez, Rebecca Triano, Megan Gallagher, Gabriella Aida, Susan Kang, Alexander Palato, Jessica Adario, Sophocles Sorellis, Despina Madlavonkos, Evangelia Uralamov, Ruth Corona, Jency Marmon, Caitlin Kennelly, Francis Hughes, Alyssa Burrow, Lindsay Zizis, Matthew Vata, John Eric Borgeson, Jessica Noflo, Alyssa Esposito, Eman Al-Hadban, Sarah Al-Mutkwak, Letitia Campbell, Hanan Alabawi, Letitia Lee, Danielle Boo, Marco Bernardo, Kevin Ginter, Craig Barini, Jordan Roof, John Paul Marcy, Heather Archer, Roxanne Renee Robb, Melanie O'Brien, Alicia Parisi, Lauren O'Grady, Christina Jessapone, Joseph Meyer. Maria Ruscelli, Sheila Lake, James Maroney, Danielle Moriarty,
Ladies and gentlemen, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York and the Board of Trustees of Adelphi University, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the university, I hereby confer upon you respectively the degrees to which you have been recommended, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Turn your tassels! Please be seated. To all of our graduates, my congratulations and best wishes for your continued success. You and all alumni represent not only yourselves, but also the university's mission and the Adelphi spirit in the world. We are delighted to welcome you into the family of Adelphi alumni and hope you will return many times. One more last round of applause for our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of the Alma Mater. It will be sung by music major Joseph Bassi and accompanied by the Adelphi University Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Professor Christopher Linden G. The benediction will follow, offered by Father Ryan Kramer, and then we will recess. Please refer to your program for the lyrics of the Alma Mater.
The brown and the gold forever. And let us pray. Good and gracious God, look upon those you have blessed today with accomplishment, with satisfaction, and constant provision. May their work over these last years be rewarded with continued accomplishment, insightful and illuminating ideas, efficient work, and the pursuit of justice in all ways possible. May those who have blessed with knowledge and trusted with many capabilities be strong leaders, compelling thinkers, dedicated citizens, and generous members of the communities into which they will soon enter. We give you thanks for their talents, which have brought us to this day, and confidently ask that they be a blessing to the world which is now open to them. We thank you for the diligence and the attentiveness of the administration, teachers, and families of the Adelphi community. May their example resound exponentially in the actions of those who we celebrate today. Amen. Let
Please
us go
be seated.
forward in a spirit of peace, goodness, and above all, great joy.
Thank you. Please be seated. Once again, we congratulate our graduates and honorees. Thank you all for participating in this commencement. We also give special thanks to the readers, to our staff and marshals, to Mary Aldrich, Maggie Yoon, and others on our staff for the logistics. Thank you to our readers, Professor Maggie Lally and Professor Louise Geddes. Thank you to the Adelphi University Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Professor Christopher Lyndon G. Now we ask that you remain seated during the recessional.